The question is that you know you are dying, you know whatever you love, whatever you're developing, whatever you're constructing will disappear, and yet you want to maintain that authentic, genuine drive along that path, which is positive, which is good. So you want to continue doing good, being thrilled, enjoying life, and yet how can you reconcile it with the fact that you know that your life will end? The answer is simple. You are two. Every human being is two. A sublime, mysterious reality, which is your soul or spirit within your heart, and its echo, the so-called you, which begins with birth and ends with death. The so-called you drives you to the real you if you are on a clear path. The so-called you initially asserts itself. For a 30-year-old, 40-year-old, the ego is everything. My profile. This is my project. Don't come near me. Otherwise I regard you as other, and the other is an enemy. But as you develop more, you discover there's no otherness. Every other person is the same in spirit. They all want happiness and contentment. They think their happiness is there, somebody else is there, and if they coincide, they may join together and make a bigger corporation, multifaceted, whatever, monopolizing, or they clash and they become enemies. So the truth is that the so-called you has identified with this limited life. So you call it my life. This my life is only a tiny little reflection of eternal life, which is embodied in your own soul. So in reality, you do not die. It is the association and identity to your personality and your mind that dies. Anything that comes will have to go. This is the zone of duality. The more you are confined in that zone of duality, the more you are in disaster. For a child, we can only leave them in that duality. For a mature person, they begin to realize there is duality and there is unity. And duality has emanated from unity, sustained by unity, returns to unity. For a person who is beginning to be awakened to their inner truth, you say, well, I'll accept duality, but it's only looked at through the lens of unity, so it's perfect. An aspect of me dies, but the reality in me never dies. Good luck. Let death come, let death go, I'm not concerned. I live as though I am eternal, because in truth I am eternal. So the others, I don't care. Muhammad ﷺ says, even if you are holding a baby palm, which takes many, many years for it to bear fruit, and the day of reckoning has come, plant it. Many of the great beings were doing their thing until the last moment, as though it's forever. Imam Ali alayhi salam says, work for your real self or your akhirah as though you are living forever, because you are forever. But in terms of your dunya, work as though you are going to leave it any minute. So don't imagine that your house is going to be forever or your name is going to be forever. This is temporary. Jesus says you are on a bridge. You don't make a mansion in the middle of a bridge. It's to pass through. But pass through to the infinite reality which is ever present, to your celestial mansion. And all of these metaphors exist in religions.